afternoon, everyone. This is Jared Rand, and welcome to the Global Guided Meditation Call for November 2nd, 2019, 3 p.m. Eastern. The transition here on this planet is in its population dependent. It's civilization dependent, which means that it is the condition or frequency of the civilization that actually moves the transition forward. In the universe, there is free will. On this planet, it is meant to believe that you do have it, but in reality, you do not. It's the illusion. So, in other words, in the universe, free will means that it is up to the civilization to determine its direction. At times, there is, if enough of the civilization is in a higher frequency, then what would occur is the transition would be complete. But if you have a majority of the civilization that is not aware, so to speak, is still entrenched in the matrix, then it has an effect on the conditioned civilization and the planets and their ascension. So we understand that. We are not the majority yet. So we have the consciousness aware of that, being aware of that. So these meditations are very valuable in planting the seeds for those that are in a deep sleep. And we love them all, so you can't force this. It's not like, it's not like you can force it onto others. It's more of their choosing and their decision from it, and to whether or not they want to engage the journey. So it usually means how. It usually means how. Well, from what we're doing, from the meditations, from the intent, is the huge impact that it makes. And the huge impact is our transition into a higher frequency, a higher existence. And our civilization is way overdue for that. And the reason is that the fact is that we've been incarcerated on this planet forever. It's not been, it's not it hasn't been a few years, I'll put it that way. We've been in this kind of merry-go-round for a very long time, and it's been well engineered. There's no doubt about it. You can't. There's no way you can slam it from that standpoint. It's just been well engineered for very articulate, detailed, to trick our gods and our physical existence into believing that this is all real, that it's a reality instead of an illusion. And then we embrace it with our ego minds and our subconscious minds. That's what happens. So it's all the things that we've been discussing for a long time. When you, Eileen Kennedy stated, cease trying to work everything out with your minds. It will get you nowhere. Live instead by intuition and inspiration through the heart-mind. Let your whole life become a revelation. And the mind is naturally creative, and it is always generating thoughts in every moment of our lives. And whether these ideas are new, revolutionary, self-realized thoughts, enlightening, million-dollar ideas, or mundane complaints about the neighbor next door, creativity in your thinking is always available. This is where we bring creativity capacity, the ultimate creativity capacity, through our heart-mind and through our childhood imaginations. And I'll tell you something. The imagination is the gateway for all of us. It is the reality. The imagination is the reality. Everything else is the illusion. And this is what's hard for the civilization to comprehend. Because to them it seems the opposite. That the imagination is the illusion, and that the illusion is the reality. So, as I said that right, the imagination to everyone, most of the people on this planet, to them is the illusion. Okay, it's not real. And the matrix is real. So this is so key, as I talked about it so many times. Our self-realized thoughts, every single thought is sent to us through the ego mind. And this is why so many people on this planet believe that only a few of us are gifted, creative individuals. Only a few. And of course, the rest are unlucky. And they're not creatively endowed, which is hogwash, crap. So we have literally limitless resources through our childhood imaginations. Limitless. This is where we go over the river of void into the unknown, where all the possibilities are. This is where our imaginations really get rip-roaring going. And every thought that is sent to us by the mind, by the ego mind, it's not real. But see, this is where we get carried away, and we all do it, where we begin to, it's like the neighbor down the street, or it's like, the chatty person in line at the grocery store, or this or that, or this or that. And we get off on a kind of a tangent at times, and we sit there and say, and we elongate it, talk about it, because the mind and the ego is just shooting these thoughts in left and right, and we're just grabbing them and hugging them and working them and constantly going through that, instead of saying that we are the masters of our existence. So it's not like we're obliterating the ego mind. It's that through the heart mind, and you've heard me say this, and I can say it thousands of times a day, is that we have to have this complete, clear understanding that the heart mind is the supervisor of all of it. And the imagination is the center point of our expansion. And it's never ending. And it's basically whatever you can imagine, can be. That's bottom line. Whatever you can imagine can be. And that is this meditation, whatever you can imagine can be. And it's to get this understanding to the civilization of this planet, so that they understand. It's not bunk, and it's not silly, made up stuff. It is literally real. It's a reality. But see, we've been taught for so very long, and the subconscious mind has been filled with all of the negatives that, oh no, that's not possible. You can't do that. No, whatever you can imagine can be. That's just absolutely silly. You know, this is like what we were told when we were kids. Oh, you know, you've got a crazy imagination. You know, that's just not real, and that's not going to happen. Instead of saying, take it and run with it, embrace it, because anything is possible. And when we cross that river of void over the bridge into the unknown, it's where our imagination can be lit on fire and skyrocket in so many different directions. This is where we become creative geniuses, because we all are. It's just that a lot of us, our imaginations have been buried, you know, under a bunch of muck. And so we don't call upon our imagination. You ever notice that? You ever notice as the body ages, you get less and less and less and less imaginative. It fades more and more and more and more. But when we have not been influenced and we have not been formed and structured as we're growing up, as we all are, when before that, our imaginations are absolutely unbridled. It's everywhere, and it's an instillment that's housed in each of these bodies, in each of our essences. And you imagine when this civilization finally breaks through this illusion to understand is that anything I desire, anything I can imagine, I can create. And that's one of the biggest hidden forms of clarity and understanding that this civilization must embrace, because it is the reality. This is why the planet is in the condition it's in, because so many have been convinced that their imaginations are for childhood. That you can't have that kind of flailing, way out there, distant thoughts of just unbelievable things, when they're all believable and they're all doable. It's very how it's described and how it's explained, because you can take an inventor. Isn't a physicist, isn't a chemical engineer, isn't a formulation expert, isn't any of those things. They're an inventor. So what they do is they utilize their imagination, and the imagination is never, ever bridled. So the inventor comes up with certain technologies, and the technologies are shown to the book-learned, high-end PhD physicist in this false educational system on the planet. And so then they look at it and they say, that's not possible. That can't be done. That's just crazy thinking. And then the inventor ends up making it a reality. You say, yeah, really? Well, it works. And this is what happens. This is so crucial for the advancement of this civilization, is that each and every one of us embrace our childhood imaginations and brush it off, shine it off, and put it front and center, because it is absolutely the beacon that will literally help us catapult ourselves way beyond where we're at now, way beyond how we view things, way beyond. So it's embracing our childhood imaginations. Everything that you could possibly imagine can be. Once you understand that each and every one of us are supreme creators. We are. We came from the highest high of creation source. We were generated out of pure love. Does it make any sense to any of you? that we are low-ended, pitiful, struggling creatures with just a dismal imagination. That's all bunk. It's all bunk, every bit of it. So, it's literally opening it up without fear, without judgment, and just letting it blossom and get back right out in front. You're in the heart mind. You have your childhood imagination. It is front and center. It is no longer being buried. Watch what happens. And not to allow the ego mind to say, oh, this is stupid. You know, you're thinking all these things, and you're not thinking them, you're imagining them. You're using the imagination to literally skyrocket your ability to create and generate whatever it is you wish with the understanding of deep eternal love and no harm. That's what it's about. And that's what this civilization hasn't even begun to realize. And I'm not talking about a few, okay? I'm talking about every single one of us. Every single one of us. No, there's no exceptions. So, if you will, go to the place where you're not going to be interrupted. I'm sure most of you are. And the first thing that we want to do is to relax our bodies. Let everything fall off or drop away, or bring in the purple transmuting flame, transmute it all into neutral light substance. Have it go back to the great central sun. And these are all the things that you've accumulated over the last 24 hours, because we accumulate things. Like I said a while back, we're like magnets. So it's it's what we take in from the ego mind and the subconscious mind. It's how we view things. It's how we respond to things. And a lot of the times we don't know that we're attracting stuff that sticks to us. You know? And so we just release it. It falls away. Has nothing to grip onto. And you recognize it all. And you love it, embrace it, and you just let it go. Move on. Drop the shoulders, release. See, we carry pressure, anxiety, stress, and tension in our bodies. See? And we collect it. All of us different ways, but we collect it. We collect it in our shoulders. So our shoulders are tense. We don't know it. Then we become conscious about it. We understand, wow, my shoulders were pretty high up. Lower back pain, center of the spinal column, toward the rear end, okay, the coccyx, where we store a lot of negative energies, stresses, and fears that we've generated through the ego mind and the subconscious mind. So we let those go. We know where they're at. Once we know where they're at and that we're collecting them, we let them go. We give them love, and we just say, I have no need for you. I love you, but I have no need for you. And boom, gone. And we don't harbor it. We just do it and move on. It's the same with the cervical spine up in the neck, back of the neck. We carry a lot of stress, pressure, and tension there. It's just what these bodies absorb and how we are constructed, and how we're taught to pull on the ego mind and the subconscious mind rather than through the heart mind. So we release. And while we're doing this, we want to move into the now. The now gives us stillness of mind. It starts communicating with the ego mind and let it know that, really, you're not really needed right now. And then it begins to realize that you're not reciprocating its incessant thoughts. You're not embracing them. And you're not making them into reality. So slowly, the ego mind starts to understand that it just starts to fade into the background. And it's the heart mind that takes over. And so in the now, not the past, not the future. The past we bring up and we create our futures from the past. Isn't that crazy? Instead of being in the now, and then a lot of the times we wander into the future that isn't there. It's not there. Everything's in the now. Future's in the now. The present is in the now, and the past is in the now. Everything always happening in the now. That's how we focus, and that's how we still the mind. Because when you're into the future and into the past, the mind, the ego mind, is bombarding you with everything. Thousands of thoughts every single day. Thousands of thoughts every hour. And this is why. Because we wander into the future and into the past, and we ignore the present, the moment, the now. So once we understand that it's all contained in the now, we still the mind, we still the subconscious mind, the ego mind. So relax the body, we're in the now, and we're going to want to breathe. Breathing is very important for these bodies. It's very important for us to focus on the now, because the breath is the now. It isn't the past or the future. It's only the now. And so when we start to breathe, and not just breathe and say, oh, I'm breathing, you breathe to understand what your breath is. It's divine energy. And so as you're breathing, you listen to the breath. Listen to it. And you become calmer, more quiet. You still the ego mind and the subconscious mind. You become focused on just being. You'll notice that all those incessant thoughts fade out. So as you literally breath in through the nose, you want to hold it 1001, 1002, 1003, and then exhale through the mouth. And while I'm talking, you want to do this at least 6 times. For those of you who are new to this meditation, this now, this circle of light, we hold our breath to focus on the now. It helps us very much to focus on the now. When we get off track and we're into the future or the past, which all of us do, we then can breathe and start to focus on the now. When you go to bed at night, like I've said, and you cannot sleep, you've got all these thoughts, and you're just, whatever it may be that you've embraced, worry, stress, fear, there's a lot of them that we are faced with. Just start to breathe. And watch what happens when you concentrate only on your breathing. All of this chatter and noise falls away. Do not have it. And you'll sleep much better. So as we breathe in, we breath in divine positive energy. And as we breathe in divine positive energy, this is a communication that is constant from source creation. And it comes in through our God into our heart mind. And it does not need to be words. It could be just a vibrational frequency that we feel. We feel it. And through the heart mind. And it is that we are who we have been waiting for. We are who we have been waiting for. We are who we have been waiting for. And it is time that the civilization understands that. And to eliminate its fear and its chaos and its confusion, and to move into the enlightened beings that we are. We are supreme immortal beings. We always have been, we always will be. What we're doing now is keeping us in the lowest frequencies to keep us detained for as long as possible. Must move beyond the constructs of all of this. We have the vehicle, we have the understanding to do so. It is involving our transition into enlightenment and then ascension. This is what this is about. And we all have it. We are all the ultimate. We are ultimate creative geniuses. We are ultimate kingdom of gods. We are ultimate love, deep eternal love, peace, joy, happiness, generosity, and kindness. We are not in the mud dung of this life and this existence. It's not meant to be that way. People say, oh, you're supposed to struggle, you learn this, you're supposed to scrape, you're supposed to, scratch, and that is false. We are supposed to enjoy as much as we can, embrace as much as we can, love as much as we can, and be in silence as much as we can. Still our minds, our ego minds and subconscious as much as we can, and to continue to advance the journey within. As we breathe out, we're breathing out all of the cynicism, pessimism, negativities that we carry, that we question, that, oh, this isn't real. No, that can't be. No, this is the way it's always supposed to be, and this is the way it's always going to be. And this is where the imagination, embrace your childhood imagination. The imagination is your power. It is your creative genius. And it has been in the back seat or in the basement corner collecting cobwebs for years. And it is unnecessary for us to continue to sequester our imaginations, because somehow the external remedy of the matrix is to dictate the fact that we are not capable of high imagination, and it's all garbage and bunk, and we should just sit in the squalor of the debris of low frequency. That's all bunk. It's crap. So we expel it. What we expel with love, with no animosity, with no anger, is what we have been taught. Because 99% of it is bunk. Now, understanding that we are all operating in the heart-mind, we are merged with our God. The kingdom of God, the mind of God, the heart of God, source creation. We are pure love. And we're one. Understand also that we have all of the archangels with us, cherubim, seraphim, archetypes, all of them. All of this civilization, they vibrate at a higher frequency. They can shift their frequencies. And they've been with us from the beginning, assisting us, communicating with us, embracing us, loving us as we love them. And they are all of the highest, deepest eternal love from the highest, deepest eternal love. We have the ascended masters with us, always. Kuan Yin, Maitreya, Buddha, Lakshmi, Ganesh, Pel, Abundantia, El Morya, Sananda Jesus, Saint Germain. All of them. All of the highest, deepest eternal love from the highest, deepest eternal love. None of them are in judgment. None of them have lack of compassion. They're full compassion. They're in peace and benevolence and kindness and tranquility. They're in generosity and humbleness. They are in stillness of mind. So they are with us. This is empowering. These are part of us, and we are part of them. Their gods are merged with our gods because we are all one. And we're all love. And this is the reason that when we form our circle of light, as we do now, hand in hand, arm in arm, and we embrace the equator of this planet Earth, it is the God energy. fire, the white, the light. It is the God energy. It is source creation energy. This is what the light is. The light is a higher frequency. Understand that. The light is a higher frequency. The old deceptive light, which is the seduction light of the low frequencies, is a facade. It is an illusion. We are source creation light energy. We're pure love, deep eternal love. This is why we glow. This is why the halo, the circle of light around the planet, glows. And it has light flames off of it. And it literally saturates and embraces and encompasses and robes in a perfect sphere of the planet and us and all life and all low frequencies. And it harmonizes and uplifts all of the cantankerous, destructive, confusing energies, frequencies of the lowest low. It neutralizes those. It dispels it. This is going on constantly. And no matter how many times those low frequencies try to continue to generate more and more low frequencies, they are literally being eliminated. And there have been on this planet for hundreds of thousands of years very low frequencies. So we have the emerald green flaming healing light of Archangel Raphael with us always. We have the violet blue purple flaming light of Archangel Michael with us always. We have the white fire with us always. We have the purple transmuting flame at our disposal and at our will, always with us. We have the violet ray always with us, and the golden white pink light of source creation, prime source creator God, mother, father God, feminine, masculine, always with us. This is what we are. And then our imaginations bloom and expand in all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever and beyond. Healthy, vibrant, sparkling, shining. And there's nothing that can literally disrupt us except us. The only thing that can disrupt us is us. That's it. There's nothing else that can disrupt us. We maintain higher and higher frequencies. We extend and expand our childhood imaginations. It's got the best wax job and in all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever. And our light of source creation, deep eternal love, is so radiant and such a high frequency that nothing in the low frequencies can even maintain a split second with us. Ever. So we begin to move up above planet, all of us. And as we move up, we find ourselves, we move up and out of our bodies, and we're above our heads, the crown chakra. This is the God essence. And we're operating through the heart mind, the love. The mind doesn't have the love. The heart mind is the love. Understand that. The heart mind is the love. So as we begin to, we float more and more upward. We want to and desire to call out to the rest of our brothers and sisters and the other pieces of us, the other parts of source creation, as many as possible. And so we call out to all the light energy beings and all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever and beyond, who are only of the highest, deepest, eternal love, from the highest, deepest, eternal love, to join us in this meditation, in this now, in this circle of light. For if they aren't of the highest, deepest, eternal love, and from the highest, deepest, eternal love, they cannot join us. Their frequencies are too low. They're full in compassion, non-judgment, non-cynicism, non-negativity, non-pessimism, They are in generosity and humbleness and tranquilness and benevolence and peace and kindness, stillness of mind. And they flood in the Guga plexus. They fill this universe and many others, and they come arm in arm, hand in hand. They join us in this now, in this meditation, in this circle of light. And their gods are with our gods. Our gods are with theirs. They are of the highest, the deepest, deepest, deepest gratitudes, and we are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest gratitudes. And we are all one, and we are all love, and our God light energy is absolutely everywhere. We call upon all of the inhabitants of Agartha, of Hollow Earth, of Inner Earth, of Beneath Earth, all of these civilizations, and only those who are of the highest, deepest, eternal love from the highest, deepest, eternal love, can join us in this meditation, in this now, in this circle of light. They're in full compassion, non-judgment, non-cynicism, non-negativity, non-pessimism. They are in total peace, generosity, humbleness, stillness of mind, tranquil, benevolent. And they come in the billions, arm in arm, hand in hand, joyously joining us in this meditation, in this now, in this circle of light. Their gods with our gods with theirs. They are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest gratitudes, and we are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest gratitudes. We're all one, and we're all love, and our God light energy is always and everywhere. We call upon the off-worlders, galactics, all of those who are of the highest, deepest, eternal love from the highest, deepest, eternal love. They've been assisting us in our evolution, in our enlightenment, in our ascension, freeing ourselves from our own self-imposed bondage and our own self-imposed slavery. They are in full compassion, non-judgment, non-cynicism, non-negativity, non-pessimism, non-doubting. They are in tranquilness, benevolence, peace, kindness, happiness, joy, generosity, humbleness. And they come in the billions, arm in arm, hand in hand, feel their arrival and feel their love with ours. They are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest gratitudes. We are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest gratitudes. We are all one. We are all love, and our God light energy is absolutely everywhere. We call upon all of our loved ones who have ascended out of body in this lifetime and all lifetimes that we've inhabited. Only those who are of the highest, deepest, eternal love from the highest, deepest, eternal love. Join us in this meditation, in this now, in this circle of light. They are in full compassion, non-judgment, non-cynicism, non-pessimism, non-negativity. They are in bliss, joy, peace, stillness of mind, benevolence and tranquility, joy, generosity, humbleness, kindness. And they come in the billions, arm in arm, hand in hand. They join us in this now, in this circle of light, in this meditation. Their gods with our gods with theirs. They are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest gratitudes. We are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest gratitudes. We are all one. We are all love, and our God light energy is everywhere. We call upon all of the light energy beings who have decided to be housed in the following forms, on, in, above, and below this planet, in this now, in this meditation, in the circle of light. Just to name a few of them, the fairies, the sprites, the elves, the gnomes, the dwarves, the trees, the elementals, earth, air, water, fire. The mermaid, the dolphin, the whale, the Pegasus, the unicorn, the centaur, the minotaur, and many, many more. Many, many, many more. And they only those who are of the highest, deepest, eternal love from the highest, deepest, eternal love can join us in this meditation, in this now, in the circle of light. They are in full compassion, non-judgment, non-negativity, non-pessimism, non-cynicism. They're in benevolence, tranquility, stillness of mind, peace, joy, kindness, generosity, humbleness. And they come in the trillions. Shapes, sizes, configurations, forms, colors of which we've never seen before. Arm in arm, hand in hand, they join us in this circle of light, in this meditation, in this now. Their gods with our gods with theirs. They are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest gratitudes. We are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest gratitudes. All of us are one. Everything is one. All that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever and beyond is one. And we are all love. And our God-light energy saturates all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever and beyond. With the highest of highest highs of the deepest, 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 eternal love. We look up and we see our meditative sphere. It sits center circle. We created this sphere to hold all of our meditations in perpetual motion. Well over 600 meditations in perpetual motion, not dying, not ceasing, but gaining and literally being emblazoned with source, creation, deep, eternal love. Literally can be seen, heard, and felt, and all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever and beyond. Feel it as it literally opens you up. As you release the childhood imagination within you, and it comes front and center, always to be there, sustaining, literally giving you the openness to begin to generate all that you can imagine into reality. This is where we say, be mindful of our thoughts, always operate through the heart mind that oversees the ego mind and the subconscious. And eventually, we will move beyond all of it, beyond the mind, beyond the ego, beyond the subconscious, beyond all of it. We will go beyond, beyond, beyond our transformation into ascension and beyond. We are all supreme creative geniuses, and we are all supreme, we are immortal supreme beings, and we are the kingdom of God. How can this planet continue to be in low frequencies when we are all one? And we are that which we have been waiting for. We look down upon the planet, we see all the life, all of our brothers and sisters, all of everything, inside, on, above and below. And we love them all. The deepest, deepest, every one of us in our own way become supreme creative geniuses. We expand, and everything flourishes, and the paradise, the heaven on earth, is literally generated and created. And all conflict, all disturbances, all manipulation, all of this manipulation, all of this want for money, power, and greed is eliminated. It's literally extinguished. And we rise above it, and we accelerate our ascension. And we embrace each other, ourselves, and all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever and beyond. We are the deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love. We were created out of deep eternal love. I'll join you in the meditation and return to close us out. quality that we bring to the activity that we are doing. It is an attitude, an inner approach, how you look at things. Whatever you do, if you do it joyfully, if you do it lovingly, if your act of doing is not purely economical, then it is creative. Osho. At the moment you make time for nothingness in your life, honoring it as the gateway to the divine, you'll allow yourself to feel into the heart essence of what absolute 100% nothingness feels like throughout the body. And when you can experience this every day, your entire life will blossom. It's like hitting the reboot button on your computer. And as your body-mind resets itself, your eyes become clear again. Your heart opens fully again. Your sexual energy feels reborn again. And you discover a brand new experience of your life. All your so-called problems become dwarfed in the presence of your creative geniuses. As you find out, there only exists the illusion of your so-called problem.